we go, back again with another match day preview. And before we delve into the game against Swansea at the weekend, I am doing another out and about video right now. So if you don't want to watch me running around the streets talking about Sunderland, please click to 10 minutes later. Enjoy. Right, the camera's shaking quite a lot on my chest, so I wonder what the stabilisation's like at the end. I may need to tighten up the chest harness a bit more. This is the first test of the new DJI Osmo 3. There's a lot of shake on the camera, but I am running, so I kind of expect that. First run since last Thursday, had man flu. And we'll see how this goes. Just steady away, running past the rose tree, down Shincliffe. Yep, it is recording, using voice control. I'm expecting to be breathing heavy soon. Not run since Thursday, having man flu. Can't think I'll get tired pretty quick. It is raining, so I don't know what the lens will be like with droplets on. I mean, you can go underwater 16 metres deep. It's waterproof. It just depends whether the droplets affect the camera, which I can imagine they would. Which would spoil today's test completely. Hands free. Oh. So yes, 2 0-0 draws for Sunderland last two games. 2 0-0 draws. And we move on to Swansea away. Lovely little garden, that. Nice house. Swansea away at the weekend. Tony Mowbray needs to find a way of unlocking these defences, because at the moment you can tell we're missing Ross Stewart so much. Desperately missing Ross Stewart. Missing a striker, to be fair. Any striker. I know Tony Mowbray was saying Bennette wasn't helping the team last night because he kept drifting inside rather than staying on the left hand side of the wing and going down the wing putting balls in the box. That's the problem. We're putting these balls in the box. It's okay getting Bennette to put the balls in the box over and over again. There's nobody in the box. They put the ball in the back of the net. There lies your problem. We're sound in defence. We're doing well with Patterson in goal. It's just putting the ball in the back of the net that we're struggling with. Looks like some woman walking her dog up ahead. There we go. Walking her dog, park the car there. Take a dog for a shite. You alright? Clearly lives by, so she got doggy bag, so it's fine. I love a good doggy bag. It's not that kind of doggy bag though. But never mind. So yeah, we'll be doing me away stream this weekend, live stream this weekend, Saturday, when I hopefully have 1 or 2 beers for the first time in a week and a half. Properly enjoy myself, get that winning feeling back again, hopefully. But that's the problem. If you have Bennette on the left wing, when Roberts goes off, Clark on the right wing, who on earth is in the middle to put the ball in the back of the net? You know, it's not making much sense at the moment. Ahmad, for me, was supposed to do that yesterday at the beginning, 4-3-3, focal centre point, but it never kind of worked out. We never got him mad into the positions where he was able to have a shot. For me, Bennette, I might be wrong, but Bennette in that 4-3-3 central focus point in the middle, I've seen it for Costa Rica in the penalty box scoring goals. Johnny in the box, get him in the middle, through the middle. If it doesn't work out, switch him to the left. Young lad, bags of energy. I'm sure he can last 90 minutes, no matter what position he plays. But for me, if a mad is not 100% fit, I'd be tempted to put Bennette there in the middle. Let them put the balls in, let him, use his pace, his speed, use his raw talent to get those loose balls in the box that come driving across the face of the goal. He's the guy with the speed to get into the penalty box. 100%. Nice downhill section. Stop recording. So yes, when you've been off for a while in any sport, to be honest, you've got to break yourself in gently. That's what I'm doing today. Lots of broken sticks all over the place, almost fell over there. Not a good idea to fall over and then drop in the middle of the road when the car's about. Definitely not, but like I said, when you haven't been training for a while, break yourself in gently. Couple of miles a day, pick it up tomorrow, back to 4 tomorrow, and then keep that in for a week before picking up again. See how it goes. Gonna get off the road and go down the side road here. We're going to pass the 7 Stars down Shincliffe. Supposedly a decent pub to go for a pint and a meal, but I can imagine it being a little bit pricey. I'm almost back to where I cut into the garden centre. So if anybody out there, we're in Low Shincliffe, County Durham, and I'm testing out my new DJI Osmo 3 camera. I will be doing a lot more walking out and about, the Mad Mistake visits videos on my other channel. Starting this weekend, I'll have a video coming to you, possibly Sunday. Little places you can go. We'll see how it goes with that. Alright. It's a nice night. Forget about the wind and rain. It's quite warm. It's quite good. Spot on when we first run for a little while. So I do have voice recognition on here. It's quite good actually. It says I'm gonna press buttons and all that. Say the magic words and the magic happens. With a bit of Paul Daniels, God rest his soul. Tell him what his catchphrase. What was his catchphrase? You're going to like it, but not a lot. Is that his catchphrase? It's like watching Paul Daniels in the olden days, his magic show. I'm not a believer in magic, to be honest though. I think everything can be explained one way or another. One way or another, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get you one way. Maybe next week, I'm gonna get you. I'll get you one way or another. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get you one way. Maybe next week, I'm gonna get you. I'll get you, I will. Right, rose tree in front. I'm heading off in for a couple of pints. Only joking. Right, so there we go, back to the studio with the mad one himself. Stop recording. In on this a little bit, but just not sure how to do it without touching the screen. But yeah, let's have a look over here. Look over the top. Any fishies? Yeah, you a little fishy, I'm a little dishy. Can't see any fishies. Sunny though, it's a glare off there. A very big, bright glare. Right, heading back to the car now. It's the first run out the way. I don't feel too bad. A little bit out of breath. You're going to be a bit out of breath after you've been poorly for a little bit to get back into the run of things, especially in the ages of 52. 100% going to be poorly. Right, so stop recording. Stop recording. Cheers, Terry. So there we go. Terry out and about with his new action camera. Yes, action camera. You'll see more of that on the Mad Mistake Visits. Out and about. Looks a very good quality camera. He needs to possibly tilt up the camera slightly. It's a bit looking at the ground. That wasn't it, Terry? Never mind. He'll learn as he gets more experience. So if you enjoy that kind of thing, I will leave a link down below in the description for the Mad Mistake Visits. Please, if you haven't already gone over there and subscribed, please go over and subscribe to the Mad Mistake Visits. So now we move on to the weekend after 2-ball draw 0-0 results. Are better than a defeat, I suppose. They are better than defeats. We're in 7th place for this moment in time because there's a few games being played tonight. And also, Terry, don't run in the rain, because it gets splashes all over the lens. It's better to run it a nice dry day if you're out and about videos. It's a little tip from there. Out and about videos, nice dry day. Actually, I thought the audio did sound good, but you can get these. I might pinch that one day and do a couple of vlogs at the Sunderland match with that on. Start recording. Stop recording. Much easier than faffing on with buttons on your phone, I suppose. Yes, it is. But anyway, we'll move on to the preview. So last night was a 0-0 draw. A 0-0 draw against Preston. Before we get to the preview, there was 2 people who got the correct score last night. Somebody called Paul Espana, who didn't want a shirt. So obviously, well done, Paul Espana. You get a point in the big book of C in the table for the season. And Adrian Kitchen did want the Madrid shirt. So going into the draw in the hat for this weekend for the Real Madrid, there is 7 people. There is Chris Wilkins, who's top of the table with 4 points. Damon Rins. Michael Atkinson. Adrian Kitchen, formerly known as Danny, Max 10, yes, and Laith all go in the draw. The Super 7 will go in the draw, and one of those will win the Real Madrid shirt live on the Swansea, the live stream on Saturday. I will be doing the live stream on Saturday, and you'll see who wins the Real Madrid shirt. So well done to you, Super 7. Now, Swansea will be an absolutely difficult game on Saturday. So Sunderland take their Warriors down to Swansea on Saturday, and they're following a fantastic fans all the way down to the Welsh Wizards. Swansea, the Swans, were formed back in 1912, 110 years young. Swansea.com Stadium, formerly known as the Liberty Stadium, was opened back in 2005. Get 27 people, sorry, many 20,000 gadgets in there. Yes, 20,000 plus gadgets in the Liberty Stadium. Russell Martin is only 36 years of age and he's in charge of Swansea. Now, is he doing a good job? He came from MK Dons, where he was in charge of MK Dons for 80 games. 80 games, 30 wins, 19 draws, 31 defeats. But now he's at Swansea. He's been in charge of Swansea so far for 62 games. He's won 22 of those. He's drawn 17 of those and lost 23. So Russell Martin, 36 years young. Is he the youngest manager in the Football League at this current moment in time? Now, before we get into the rest of the details of that, what is the life expectancy at this moment in time in Swansea? Well, the life expectancy, if you were born in Swansea, for an adult male is 77.5 years of age. Now, back in 2020, it was reduced in Sunderland to 76.6 years young. That's the average expectancy, life expectancy, living in Swansea and Sunderland. I don't know why I wanted to say that, but I just said it anyway. But famous people who love Swansea as their club. Football fans, Catherine Zeta-Jones and her lovely husband, Michael Douglas. Yes, Michael Douglas. Catherine Zeta-Jones, the bonny Welsh woman there. Yeah, she's a massive Swansea fan. And also Michael Sheen from Underworld. Michael Sheen. I love Michael Sheen. He's an absolute class act, Michael Sheen. He's in that other TV show recently I've been watching on Sky. I'm forgetting what it's called, so it can't be that good. Oh, it's really good, where he's in an asylum and he's completely mental because he's a psychopath and he's a murderer. But he's also in Underworld, where he is a werewolf. Class Michael Sheen. Rob Brydon, the comedian, is also a Swansea fan. And I would never have guessed this. Guess this. David Hasselhoff the Hoff married a Welsh woman and he is now a born-again Swansea fan until they get divorced. Anyway, there we go. So, Swansea's last 5 games have the beat West Brom 3-2. They lost to Sheffield United 1-0. They beat QPR 1-0. QPR doing absolutely fantastically well this moment in time. They drew against Stoke away and they lost to the Borough. So a mixed bag of results, but they had a bit of upturn in form with that good result against West Brom. And yes, Steve Bruce needs to stop eating all them pies and concentrate more on the West Brom team before he gets sacked again from another managerial job. But anyway, I've got nothing against Steve Bruce. He was a good defender at Manchester United, wasn't he? Anyway, Norwich City. Russell Martin played for Norwich City 284 games as a defender, 16 goals. He was a very good player, Russell Martin, and he should be able to get his side to defend pretty well. And he did that, sort of. Sunderland are in 7th place. We've won 4, drawn 5, lost 3. 17 points, only 2 points behind are Swansea in 11th place. They've won 4, drawn 3 and lost 4, but they have a game in hand. And if they beat Sunderland on Saturday, they will leapfrog it above Sunderland. So we really need to make sure we knuckle down and at worst get a draw. Now, danger players for Swansea. Ollie Cooper, the young 22-year-old forward. Joel Praro. Praro is, I don't think you pronounce his name that. You don't pronounce his name Praro. Surely not. 23 years of age. 56 games, 26 goals. What an awesome record that lad has. 23-year-old Dutch international for Swansea. And then Jeff Fulton. He's played 155 games. He's scored 8 goals and he's 28 years of age. They're the danger players for Swansea. What about Sunderland? What should Sunderland do after we cannot put the ball in the back of the net last 2 games? We're missing strikers. We are absolutely missing Ross Stewart. Missing him like crazy. And this is the team I think we'll predict. I think we'll start. We're not going to cheer Patterson. Absolute fantastic in goal this season. Doing another great job last night. Absolute brilliant. Patterson, back 4 stay the same. I think we'll go 4-3-3. I think we'll go Embleton, Evans and Pritchard. If Evans is not fit, then probably Dan Neil. And then the only change, I think, because the first half we did play well yesterday, so the only change I would make is bring Bennette in there for a mad. I do think Bennette, I've watched Bennette play for Costa Rica, and he's a Johnny in the box. He gets in that, exactly what Terry was saying on his run. He gets in the box, he's fast, he's pacey, he pounces on individual errors, he pounces on loose balls in the box. And we need someone in the box. We get these balls coming across, and there's nobody here, so what is the point of having people putting balls in the box if there can be no bodies in there? Bennette could pick up the pieces in the box, you know, a loose ball, smack it in the back of the net. He could be on the left, he could be on the right, or on the left, or on the right, or down the middle. But Bennette, for me, has to start on Saturday because we do need you know, we can't afford to get beat against Swansea. It's going to be a difficult game. So have you got the greatest sports noggin? Can you concentrate your mind and focus it on the correct score? Let me know. Can you be as good as these gadgets at getting the correct score? Getting the correct score, and leave it down in the comment section. Leave it down in the comment section. And unfortunately, there'll be no shirt this weekend for this competition, but I do have another one coming, and we'll do a box opening for that again. So if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe. You've got to be in it. You've got to be a subscriber to be in the big book of C at the end of the season. And these are the people so far are on the scores, on the doors, who are doing really well. There we have people there, and look at that. Look at that. Chris Wilkins is the top with 4 points. Chris Wilkins, top with 4 points. Michael Atkinson, 2. Astronaut Cosplayer, 2. Fred Brady, 2. Robert Charlton's on 2. Then we have Sean Pritchard, Sirius, Paul Crampton, Liam Nicol, CPZ, David Newell, Kieran W, Ian Curry, all on 2. And loads of other gadgets and gadgetesses on 1. So leave your score prediction down below in the comment section, and we'll see you on Saturday for Sunderland versus Swansea, but it's Swansea versus Sunderland down at the ex-Liberty Stadium, because it's called Swansea.com Stadium, or whatever you want to call it. My prediction for this weekend, I am going to go for Swansea 1, Sunderland 2, and a little Jewison Bennette Bracey, baby. There we go. A Brucey bonus from Jewison Bennette with a brace. Thanks for watching. Take care. I don't even know if any of this makes any sense tonight, but we'll see you later. I'm feeling much better now. Thank you. And we'll thank you anyway. I want to say a big thank you to everybody for all the get well wishes. I know it was only man flu, but just I appreciate it. Lying in bed 24 hours, check my phone, people saying get well soon. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. And again, if you're new, please subscribe. Take care. God bless me. God go with you. We'll see you for the live stream on Saturday.